We are making a return. Welcome back to track rotations for Series 10, Series 11 and Series 12. This has been heavily asked for and I haven't done it since last season, but now that players are starting to reach and get comfortable potentially in Series 10, 11 or 12, we're going to bring back our track rotation guides. Now what we're going to cover in these guides is for each of the series of those, we're going to cover the setups, the drivers, we're going to discuss it a little bit, but I'm also going to give you our key strategy maps for each of the circuits so that we can prepare you best for the next 2 weeks. So if you're new to this video, this is covering the series for the next 2 weeks because Hutch update it and keep it fresh, keep it challenging so that we don't get bored in these higher series. So every 2 weeks becomes a new set of circuits, a new set of stats that we need to go and get the best setup for. And in this video, I'm going to give you everything you need to know so that you don't have to do a lot of the thinking and you can just get racing. We're going to make a start though with Series 10, but this guide is going to be cut into chapters. So at the bottom of your screen, you will see it laid out in chapters. You can flick to 10, 11 or 12, whichever you wish. All I ask is if you comment down below, let me know what current series in F1 Clash are you in? But let's get into Series 10. And here it is. Your track rotation for Series 10 this week is as follows. Series 10 goes to tyre management. So the key stat of Series 10 now is tyre management. It is a driver stat. So tyre management drivers are going to be required. Now there is a little bit of a curveball with the car stats. You will see we have Silverstone, which is about cornering. We have Silverstone, which is about speed, one cornering, one speed. We have got Spa, which is power unit. We have got Austin, which is cornering. So 2 circuits are cornering based. We have got 1 speed and 1 power unit. So that's going to be a little bit troublesome when it comes to picking our car setup. Now before we get into the guides of the tracks, let me show you the setup first. And these are the 2 drivers that I would recommend. Of course, Lawson has a 10% boost at the moment, so he is a little bit better this week as well. Now my levels might differentiate to yours, but these are still very good drivers. So Ocon has got good tyre management in the game for Series 10, so has Liam Lawson. So I'd highly recommend using them 2 for your tyre management drivers. Remember, tyre management equals pace. That's why you've got to think about it. Now if you look at some of the other drivers down in Series 10, you could use Stroll instead of Lawson. Not much in it though, just a little bit less qualifying and race start. If we look at some of the older drivers from maybe Series 8, Bortoleto doesn't really come in for us. So ideally, you're going to be wanting to go, I would say, for Lawson and Ocon. We got similar levels, but not really as good because it's tyre management. We got to focus. So I would be going for Lawson, Ocon, maybe Stroll if you wish to use them. Now we've mentioned that it's 2 cornering setup, well, like 2 cornering tracks, 1 speed, 1 power unit. This is the setup that I would go for at the moment. Again, levels may differ. Gyro is 10% boosted at the moment, but it's going to be a tough one because ultimately 50% of your circuits are cornering, so you want to go for cornering. Power unit, you can still win at these tracks without power unit. I wouldn't worry about that too much. And then instead of going for full cornering, I would be going for a little bit more speed. That is why we've got the Behemoth on there and Flow 1K. Now you can go increased cornering if you wish, but you're going to struggle at the speed and power unit track. So I would recommend this setup. Aeroblade, really good DRS feature as well with some tracks that you can overtake at really well with it. So Aeroblade is going to be really good for you. So I recommend this setup to go for with your parts and drivers, and that is going to set you well. Now with Series 10, we need to get our track maps in. So let's go and head over to our strategy area. And let's get you your strategy. Starting with Spain, I'm going to give you dry and wet conditions. Spain dry then, it is of course tyre management and cornering. Now 10 laps to come in Spain, you can see there Contender Champion is where you're going to be running. Most likely you're going to be running a 4-3-3 and a 3-3-4, but there's some of the tyre management numbers that you need for your drivers and you can go ahead and try that. But you're most likely going to be a 2-stop unless you went for 5 hard, 5 hard. Now, some of the boosts above my head, they feature both tyre management and cornering. You've got Movember, Saar, Nazar, Downforce, Self-Control. They feature both of them track stats. And in the middle of your screen is your Circuit of Spain. Main straight is the best place for DRS usage, attacking through Sector 1 and the final sector, and kind of going to middle power unit through the middle. You want to always make sure you attack with power unit though if you are using DRS. Without DRS, do not try and attack down that straight. But also in wet conditions, you're going to be most likely doing the 2-stop. You've got a 4-3-3 in there. You can do a 4-4-2. You can even flip it and do the 3-4-3 if you wanted to do some undercutting as well. But that is Spain ready and set for you. So, whilst we've done Spain, we want to move on to Silverstone next for this circuit. Again, dry and wet conditions incoming. So tyre management, we know, speed, circuit, 8 laps to come. You're going to be doing contender and champion strategies. If you can get to 75 tyre management, 4 medium, all day long is the way to go. If not, a 3-3-2. It's a quick pit lane because you miss off that final corner. Deadfast, Eternal Flame and Eagle are the best boosts around this circuit, and 2 places in the middle of the track for DRS. Wellington Straight and the Hangar Straight. If you're not using DRS though on one lap, make sure to conserve your power unit in blue and attack through them corners. And then in Silverstone in the wet, you're pretty much 4 wet is what you want to be doing. Anything less than 75 tyre management, you are going to be doing a 2-stop race. Now on to Spa. Let's cover this one off as well. This is your power unit circuit. And you have got 6 laps to come. 3 medium is easy. You should be doing 3 soft. That is the absolute key around this circuit. Boosts, a lot of boosts feature tyre management and power unit. Butterfly, Surf, Deadfast and Frost to name some of the best ones. Even Pretzel's really good. And the track map, top of Eau Rouge, hit that DRS. It is the best place to use it. You can use it in the final sector, but that Eau Rouge onto the straight is unbelievable. 5-6 positions can be made. You want to make sure you're using DRS there. If not, conserve that power unit. And in wet conditions, it's going to be a 3 wet, easy. You can extend to a 4-2 or do an undercut on a 2-4 as well. And finally then, we have got Austin, which is a tyre management and cornering setup. So Austin, let's bring that one up. 6 laps to come. 3 medium, even up to 3 softs is going to be absolutely easy for you. And the boosts, Movember, Saar, Nazar, Downforce and Self-Control feature both tyre management and cornering. Now in the middle of your track map, you can use DRS down the home straight, but it is best down that back straight. Absolutely unstoppable down that back straight. It is incredible. So make sure, conserve where you don't need to use DRS, attack through the corners and attack when you have got the big rear wing open on your car. But that is your Series 10 guide, and hopefully that has really helped you understand how you can perform better for Series 10. It's going to be tough, but let's see how we get on. But now it is time for the Series 11 guide. So hopefully you are ready for Series 11. You've got absolutely perfect. You know what you're doing now, and we have got your setup and drivers coming right up for Series 11. So let's cross back to, as the screen is loaded up, these are our circuits. It is now all about cornering as the key stat in Series 11. We have got cornering at Japan, Monaco, Spain and Canada. So we need cornering car. But the track stat for the driver changes. Okay, so we've got defending, 2 defending tracks, 1 tyre management and 1 overtaking. So straight away I'm thinking cornering setup, 50% of the circuits are defence, so I want a better defensive driver, and then tyre management and overtaking can come after. You want to cover off the stats as best as you can. So setup wise for Series 11, I'd recommend these 2 drivers because defending is not too bad for Leclerc. Defending for Sainz is pretty good. He's really good at that. Sainz has not very good overtaking, but his tyre management is okay. His race start's okay, so that's going to help you anyway. And obviously his defending is really good. So he covers 3 tracks there. Defending, tyre management, and his race start's okay as well. Now, Charles Leclerc, a little bit different here. We're covering off some of the other bases. He's got really good qualifying if you've got him at a good level. Obviously, ignore the levels again that I have. So he's really good at qualifying. He could help you on some of these tracks. But his overtaking is better, so he counteracts where Sainz loses out. His tyres are okay. His race start's really good. His defending's not too bad from a Series 11 perspective. So he's going to give you the other side of what Sainz doesn't give you. Sainz doesn't give you qualifying or overtaking. Leclerc will give you that. So it's a good, nice little balance for what you need. There is other drivers that you can pick though. For example, Piastri, again, he's better at overtaking and defending, but really struggles on qualifying. So to be honest, Piastri could be a good shout. Make sure you check your levels. He'll be pretty much bang there. So again, Piastri could come in instead of Leclerc, but I'm trying to counteract what I've got. At the minute, both 68 qualifying, they're probably going to start quite low down. You've got Gasly, who again is okay, but struggles at that defence. So ideally I want some defence. Hulkenberg is okay, struggles a bit more at defence. So really, you've got to go with your best bunch. Try and counteract your drivers so that you've always got one good driver and one balanced driver. So that's why I think Leclerc does that pretty nicely, because he's got his qualifying as well. He's going to start further up the grid. Now the car, it's no surprise to see a full cornering setup in Series 11. We are the parts that we need. We've still got DRS featuring as well. Now the one thing I always say with this is if you wish, you can add a little bit more qualifying. So for example, you could add Mach 2 if you wanted to add 9 more qualifying. But I would be adding as much cornering stats on your car as possible. So really, it's all about cornering, full cornering, bit more defense on your drivers, and that is absolutely what you can do. The best way to always check is have a look through your parts. -9 cornering, don't need that. -10 cornering, don't need that. -18. It's always best that way. Just add up. Anything positive cornering, it's worth taking. Unless it's one cornering for -18 qualifying, I wouldn't recommend it. So they are your drivers for Series 11. That's who I would recommend. And let's get into your strategy guide to check what we need to be running at these circuits as well. So let's get first of all into Japan. And remember, some of these can be wet conditions too. So let's get into it. If I find out Japan, we have got pretty nice, easy one stop for you in Contender and Champion. You've got the free soft, 4 hard, free soft. You can also go to the mediums and softs if you've got 80 tyre management. Top right are your boosts. You've got Hook, Movember, Prince and Saar that are really good. And then DRS in the middle. The home straight is the best place to use it. You can also use it down that long back straight as well. So that's also good. Conserve where you don't need DRS and attack through the corners. That is the best place for Japan. And obviously in the wet stuff, you're going to be using a 4 wet, 3 wet and a 3 wet, 4 wet. Going to be very, very nice for you. Going to have a lot of one stops at these circuits potentially to come as well. Now Monaco, my arch nemesis. 7 laps. It is free soft, 4 medium, 3 soft all day long. You can also do, when we bring it up, a 4 wet, 3 wet and a 3 wet, 4 wet as well. Your boosts, Hook, Movember, Prince again. You've got Jin, Saar, Cranberry, Reindeer, Downforce. 3 places to use DRS. It's not that strong here, but up the hill after turn 1 is the best place to use DRS. I feel like that gives me the better opportunity, and attack that final sector because it is really strong in the last sector to get some overtakes done as well. Spain up next then. What do we got here? We have got, yeah, pretty nicely a 2-stop strategy most likely, but if you're in Champion or in terms of Series 11, yeah, it's pretty much, you can get a 1-stop on hards, 5 hard, but I'd be recommending the 2-stop. The 4-4-2 or the 4-3-3 is very good as well. Boost above my head then, we've also got some decent ones too. You've got Movember, Saar, Nazar, Downforce self-control, and DRS, use it down the home straight. Conserve in the middle, attack through the first and last sectors, and again, wet strategies are there as well for you. Most likely 2-stop, unless you can get the tyre management to do the 1-stop. And then we move on to Canada as your final circuit in this one. Canada circuit is overtaking. and it's 8 laps. So most likely a 4 medium is going to cover you for your Series 11. If not, 4 soft with tyre management could get you there. You have got Above My Head as well. You have got Cuppa, Glitz, Herald, Cranberry and Ode, which feature both overtaking and cornering. Middle track map, back straight is the best place to use your DRS, and then down the home straight as well. A 4 wet is your best in wet conditions around Canada. So that is your Series 11 guide, done and dusted, nicely and easy. It is all about full cornering in Series 11, going ahead and getting a little bit more defense on your drivers and then going to attack as well. But that is your Canada completed to help you through Series number 11. So hopefully Series 10, Series 11 are going to help you players, and then we move into the big one. We are going to Series 12 then, our final one of this track rotations guide. So let's get into it. Series 12 throws a curveball this week. We have got defending track stat. That is the key. So we want defensive drivers on our car. Setup. That's interesting. We have got Japan, which is cornering. Monaco, which is cornering. Austria, which is speed. Zandvoort, which is cornering. 3 cornering tracks, 1 speed. And you might be thinking, how the hell do I balance that off? That is going to be really, really difficult to do. So we're going to try and give you our best guidance to this one, because this is going to be tough. There is no doubt about it. So first of all, the drivers for Series 12. Verstappen and Norris are very good at defending. They both also have okay tyre management. Norris, of course, really, really good. So ideally, you want to start off with defending, because that are our key stats. Alonso is also somebody who has really good defensive, so you could use him instead of Norris, for example, where you get extra race start as well. But again, tyre management is a struggle. So they are your sort of 3 drivers that you could use from your defensive stat. I'd recommend Verstappen, Norris or Alonso here in Series 12. Now your setup. It's interesting because we have got 3 cornering and 1 speed. Now 75% of your tracks are going to be on the cornering track. So I'm going to throw the curveball and it's up to you. Go full cornering. Forget that 1 speed track. Just get rid of it. Just forfeit it. It doesn't matter. Because what you're going to find is players are going to just forget about that circuit of Austria. If you reduce your cornering to accommodate speed, you are going to struggle at the other 3 circuits, because a lot of people are just going to go, you know what, stuff Austria, I'm going to go full cornering, I'm going to enjoy the 75% of the tracks, and I'm going to just get rid of that one. So I would be going full cornering for Series 12. Now you can add speed. You've got the parts like Flow 1K, for example. You could add more speed, but again, that speed stat is still incredibly low anyway, without hurting your cornering too much. So go full cornering, get rid of that circuit of Austria, and that is going to be your best guide. Drivers, defensive stat is key. Your car, just go full cornering. It won't let you down, trust me. So yeah, that's the best way. Now the circuits to run through. Let's kickstart with Japan, and we're going to run through where we can the dry and wet conditions. So we have got 7 laps. We have got easy in Champions, which is your Series 12, 3 soft, 4 medium, 3 soft. And in wet conditions, 3 wet, 4 wet, easy. Nicely done on that strategy. Your boosts, Hook, Movember, Prince, Jin, Tsar, Cranberry, Reindeer and Downforce. In the middle of your track map, down the home straight is your best place for DRS usage, and even down the back straight it is possible to use DRS as well. Nice and easy, 1 stop in Japan. Monaco, I absolutely hate, and now I've got to deal with it for 2 weeks. It is a 1-stop 7-lap circuit, 4 medium, 3 soft, 4 medium is your strategy, and the 3 wet, 4 wet, 4 wet, 3 wet, making it nice and easy 1 stop as well here in Monaco. Same boost as pretty much Japan. It is a case of Hook, Movember, Prince, your best 3 around here. 3 places to use DRS, as you can see, but my recommendation is use it up the hill and attack the hairpin. it's just tough circuit. Use your power unit in the final sector because that is where you can get some really good overtakes as well. Let's move on to Zandvoort first because that's our third cornering circuit. We have got 8 laps to come this time, and we have got, you could do a 4 soft with a boost, but if not, a 4 medium is going to do you absolutely fine. In wet conditions though, 4 wet, or a 5 free is very good too. Again, you should know the boost we've just been through them. Hook, Movember, Prince is really good. You could use Palm, for example, to get softs instead of doing the mediums. Middle of the map is your track. Down the home straight is your DRS usage every single time. Conserve through the first sector, attack through the corners is the best place for Zandvoort. And finally, the track that we're going to forget about through most of this, it is Austria. It is 10 laps to come. 5 medium is possible with a 4 soft, 2 soft in there as well for you. Rainbow, Tulip, Voice and Warrior are your boosts for Austria. And your DRS is the home straight and from turn 3 down to turn 4. Blue, Conserve, where you don't use DRS to get the power unit to use it for DRS or to attack through the corners. But in wet conditions, you can run the 4-4-2. And you can run the 5 wet as well. So that is your track guide for Series 12, Series 11 and Series 10. We've gave you absolutely everything to know. Your track maps, we've gave you setup advice and driver advice, even boost advice, DRS advice. We've gave you everything you possibly need to know. Let me know down below which series you're in at the moment, and hopefully this is going to help you massively.